शंकर हे आदि भक्त डाकई आकुल सुरे आदि भक्त डाकई आकुल सुरे करुणा कर हे करुणा निधान करुणा कर हे करुणा निधान जय गुरु नाम आदि प्राण छुरे आदि भक्त डाकई आकुल सुरे आदि भक्त डाकई आकुल सुरे अंतर देवता आशा
भवबंधन मोचन पूज्य वर गुणहीन शेष गुणाधिपति भवभीरुजने सत तंबरदं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिवकल्पतरुं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिवकल्पतरुं। जय गुरु। जय गुरु। Jai Guru, Nigam Upadesha, boundary of Purushakara, self-endeavor. Dependence on God is your sadhana and name is your shelter. However, it also necessitates to realize His grace in such sadhana. My principle is that I do not select the spiritual path of development of my disciple so long as they are under the spell of their own intelligence. When one completely depends on me, I select for him the right goal. When you become desperate at the summit of self-endeavor on performing sadhana, bhajana and visiting various places, the dependence at that time is true dependence. Then one experiences deep yearning for the grace of Gurudeva. Many people during the period of sadhana reach such a place from where they are unable to rise any further in spite of their immense endeavor. Sri Gurudev raises them up by giving a thrust. Dependence doesn't come as soon as you say to depend with firm conviction. There will be no peace if you simply run here and there. If God desires, you can have peace and tranquility in the minds of turmoil. Don't lose such faith. Surrender everything at His feet. Depend completely on His will and go on doing your duty in the condition you are living. If you live thus, God will be worried for your peace and happiness. But if you are guided by your own intelligence, you will be disappointed at every step. Only complete dependence and repetition of name are man's sadhana for excellence. The power of oneself or sadhana bhajana is only secondary. It merely consolidates ego, but be more humble than grass and call him, pray him with heart filled with deep yearning. Life will be replete with sweetness. You have come to this world alone and you will also depart alone. You will pack nothing with you from here. Spend the rest of life depending completely on God, reciting His name. There is no other way besides complete dependence on God. Disease and disappointment, torment and death are the goal of life. If you do not take shelter under God, the only truth of the world, there is no way to live from a moment without worry and anxiety. So practice to surrender yourself innocently at the feet of God, depend only His grace. Life will be instantly melodious and sweet. Jai Guru.
Minutes of last session. Jai Guru. Nirakara Saraswata Sangha Puri, Sakha America Saraswata Sangha, 696तम अधिवेशन विवरण. तारीख डिसेम्बर 15, 2019 रविवार. समय 7:15 ରୁ 11:45 ଇଷ୍ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଟାଇମ୍. ପାଳିଆ ଆହ୍ନିକ ଶିବାନ ଦ୍ୱିବେଦୀ ମା ଓ ତ୍ରିନାଥ ଭାଇ, ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନେ, ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କ ନାମ ଆମସା ୱେବସାଇଟ୍ ଲିଙ୍କରେ ପାଇବେ. ଅଧିବାସୀ ପୂଜା ତାରିଖ 14 ଡିସେମ୍ବର 2019 ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା 7ଟା ସମୟରେ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ସ୍ଥାନୀୟ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କ ଉପସ୍ଥିତିରେ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠିତ ହୋଇଥିଲା. ପ୍ରଥମ ଅଧିବେଶନର ବିବରଣୀ. ରବିବାର ସକାଳ 7:15 ରୁ 8:45 ଇଷ୍ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଟାଇମ୍. ସକାଳ 7:15 ସମୟରେ ଅଞ୍ଜଳି ମା ଓ ଶୁଭେନ୍ଦୁ ଭାଇ ଫୁଲଟିଏ ହୋଇ ଫୁଟିଛି ଠାକୁର, ତୁମେ ନା ସେଦିନ କହିଥିଲ ମୋତେ ପ୍ରତୀକ୍ଷା ଜ୍ଞାନ କଲା ପରେ ଅନ୍ୟ ସବୁ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନେ ଟେଲିଫୋନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଓ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନେ ନାଟ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଯୋଗଦାନ କରିଥିଲେ. ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରର ଭକ୍ତଙ୍କର ମିଳିତ ଆରତୀ ଗାନ ସହ ସାନୁଜିତ ଭାଇ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଭାତୀ ଆରତୀ କରିଥିଲେ. ଆରତୀ ପରେ ସୁପ୍ରୀତ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ନେତୃତ୍ୱରେ ବନ୍ଦନା ବନ୍ଦଇ ଗୁରୁଚରଣ ଗାନ କରାଯାଇ ସ୍ତୋତ୍ର ବନ୍ଦନା କରାଯାଇଥିଲା. ତାପରେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ପରିଚୟ ପତ୍ର, ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଓ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ନିତ୍ୟ ପୂଜା ଯଥାବିଧି ଅନୁଷ୍ଠିତ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିଥିଲେ. ଏହାପରେ ଅନୁପ ଭାଇ ସଂଘ ସେବକ ଦଶମ ଭାଗ ପ୍ରଥମ ସଂଖ୍ୟାରୁ ବନ୍ଦନା, ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଓ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ପାଠ କରିଥିଲେ. ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତିରେ ଉଲ୍ଲେଖ ଥିଲା, ଏ ସଂସାରରେ ଆମ ଭାବ ଅନୁଯାୟୀ ଅନୁଭୂତ ହୋଇଥାଏ. ଯାହାଙ୍କ ମନ ଯେପରି ସେ ନିଜକୁ ଓ ସଂସାରକୁ ସେହିଭାବରେ ଅନୁଭବ କରିଥାନ୍ତି. ତେଣୁ ଜୀବନକୁ ଆନନ୍ଦମୟ କରିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ଶୁଭ ବିଚାରଧାରାର ଅନୁସରଣ କରିବାକୁ ହେବ ଓ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ ଅପରର ଶୁଭ ନିମିତ୍ତ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ନିରତ ରହିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ. ମନ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଘୃଣା, ଦ୍ୱେଷ ବା କ୍ରୋଧ ଭାବି ରହିଲେ ମନରେ କେବେ ହେଲେ ଶାନ୍ତି ଲାଭ ହୋଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ. ଏହାପରେ ବିଶ୍ୱଜିତ ଭାଇ ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତାର 82ତମ ଶ୍ଲୋକ ପାଠ କରିଥିଲେ। ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତାରେ ପାଠ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା, ଆସକ୍ତି ଶୂନ୍ୟ ନ ହୋଇ କର୍ମ କରିବା ଯୋଗୁଁ ଜୀବକୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଏହି ଜନ୍ମ ମରଣ ଯୁକ୍ତ ସଂସାରକୁ ଯାତାୟାତ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିଥାଏ। ତତ୍ପରେ ତ୍ରିନାଥ ଭାଇ ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ଅଧିବେଶନ ପାଇଁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରିବା ପରେ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ନାମ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା ଓ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଣାମ କରାଯାଇ ଆସନ ବନ୍ଦ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା। ତତ୍ପରେ ବାଲ୍ୟଭୋଗ ନିବେଦନ ପରେ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ପ୍ରସାଦ ସେବନ କରିଥିଲେ ଓ ପାଳିଆ ଗୃହାସନରେ ବାଲ୍ୟଭୋଗ ନିବେଦନ କରି ପ୍ରସାଦ ସେବନ କରିଥିଲେ। ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଅଧିବେଶନର ବିବରଣୀ ରବିବାର ସକାଳ 9:45ରୁ 11:45 ଇଷ୍ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଟାଇମ୍। ମିଲୁ ମା ଓ ସୁକନ୍ୟା ମା ଯଥାକ୍ରମେ ମୋ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ଯେତେ ବେଦନା ଗୁମରେ ଓ ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର ହେ ଆବାହନୀ ସଙ୍ଗୀତ ଗାନ କରିବା ସମୟରେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନେ ଟେଲିଫୋନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନେ ନାଟ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଯୋଗଦାନ କରିଥିଲେ। ପ୍ରଣାମ ଗାନ କରାଯାଇ ନିଗମ ସ୍ମୃତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ପରଦା ଉନ୍ମୋଚନ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା। ପିତା ବାଇ ମା ଆଜି ଏ ଶୁଭ ଲଗ୍ନେ ବନ୍ଦନା ଗାନ କରିବା ପରେ ବିଜୟ ଭାଇ ନିଗମ ଉପଦେଶ ପୃଷ୍ଠା 238ରୁ 239ରେ ଥିବା ପରଫେକ୍ସନ ଅଫ ଲାଇଫ ଶୀର୍ଷକରୁ ପ୍ରବନ୍ଧ ପାଠ କରିଥିଲେ। ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଠାରେ ଆତ୍ମନିର୍ଭରତା ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ। ସର୍ବସ୍ୱ ତାଙ୍କଠାରେ ସମର୍ପଣ କରି ଶରଣାଗତ ହୋଇ ସୁଖରେ ଦୁଃଖରେ ରୋଗରେ ସୁଖରେ ସବୁ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଜୟଗାନ କରିବାକୁ ହେବ। ତତ୍ପରେ ନିହାର ଭାଇ ପୂର୍ବ ଅଧିବେଶନର ବିବରଣୀ ପାଠ କରିବା ପରେ ପ୍ରଭାକର ଭାଇ ପ୍ରେମିକ ଗୁରୁ ପୁସ୍ତକରୁ ପୃଷ୍ଠା 48ରୁ 52 ପାଠ କରିଥିଲେ। ଏଥିରେ 3 ପ୍ରକାରର ଭକ୍ତି ବିଷୟରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରାଯାଇଥିଲା। ବୈଧି ଭକ୍ତି ଅନ୍ତର୍ଭୁକ୍ତ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କର ମହିମା ଜ୍ଞାନ ଥାଏ, ସେମାନେ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଶାସନ ଅନୁଯାୟୀ ଚଳନ୍ତି। ରାଗାନୁଗ ଭକ୍ତି ଅନ୍ତର୍ଭୁକ୍ତ ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ହେଲେ ଉତ୍ତମ ଅଧିକାରୀ, ସେମାନେ ସ୍ୱାଭାବିକ ଆସକ୍ତି ଓ ରୁଚିର ବଶବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ହୋଇ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଯୁକ୍ତି ପରିହାର କରି ଭାଗବତ ଭଜନରେ ପ୍ରବୃତ୍ତ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତି। ମିଶ୍ର ଭକ୍ତି ଅନ୍ତର୍ଗତ ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ସ୍ୱାଭାବିକ ଆସକ୍ତି ଲାଭ କରି ମଧ୍ୟ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଶାସନ ମାନି ଚଳନ୍ତି। ତାପରେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ଫୁଲ ଚନ୍ଦନର ପୂଜା ଉପଚାର ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ସଙ୍ଗୀତ ଗାନ କରିଥିଲେ। ପୃଥ୍ୱୀରାଜ ଭାଇ ସଂସାର ପଥେ ପାର୍ଟ 1 ଭର୍ଚ୍ୟୁସ୍ ଅଫ ହାଉସ ହୋଲ୍ଡର୍ସ ପାଠ କରିଥିଲେ। ଏହାପରେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ବୈଖରୀ ମଧ୍ୟମ ପଶ୍ୟନ୍ତୀ ଓ ପରାବାଗ ବିଷୟରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିଥିଲେ। ଶ୍ରେୟା ମୁଁ ଭୁଲି ପାରୁନି ପ୍ରିୟ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ସଙ୍ଗୀତଟି ଗାନ କରିବା ପରେ ବଳଦା ଭାଇ ୟଙ୍ଗ ଆସ୍ପିରାଣ୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କର ଉପସ୍ଥାନ ନେଇଥିଲେ। ଏହାପରେ ବଳଦା ଭାଇ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଉତ୍ତର ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଭଗବାନ ଓ ଗୁରୁଙ୍କର ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିଥିଲେ। ପାଳିଆ ଆହ୍ନେ ତ୍ରିନାଥ ଭାଇ ଓ ଶିବାନୀ ଦ୍ୱିବେଦୀ ଭାବ ବିନିମୟ କରିଥିଲେ। ଏହାପରେ ଶିବାନୀ ଦ୍ୱିବେଦୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟାହ୍ନ ଭୋଗ ଓ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ସମୟକୁ ନିତ୍ୟ ପୂଜା ପାଇଁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରିଥିଲେ। ପରେ ଶିଶିର ଭାଇ ଆସନ୍ତା ସଂଘ ପୂଜା ଓ ୟଙ୍ଗ ଆସ୍ପିରାଣ୍ଟ ସେସନ 22 ଡିସେମ୍ବର 2019 ରବିବାର ପାଇଁ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସମସ୍ତ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କୁ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରିଥିଲେ। ଶିବାନୀ ଦ୍ୱିବେଦୀ ସେବାରେ ଥିବା ସମସ୍ତ ଭାଇ ଓ ମା ମାନଙ୍କ ତରଫରୁ ପାଳି ସେବାରେ ହୋଇଥିବା ସମସ୍ତ ଦୋଷ ତ୍ରୁଟି ପାଇଁ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଶ୍ରୀଚରଣରେ କ୍ଷମା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିଥିଲେ। ପରିଶେଷରେ ଶିବାନୀ ମହାନ୍ତି ମାଙ୍କ ନେତୃତ୍ୱରେ ଦୟାମୟ ଶ୍ରୀଚରଣେ ବିଦାୟ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଗାନ କରାଯାଇ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ନାମ ସଂକୀର୍ତ୍ତନାନ୍ତେ ପ୍ରଣାମ ପରେ ଆସନ ବନ୍ଦ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା। ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ସଂଘ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଉପସ୍ଥାନ ନେବା ପରେ ସମସ୍ତ ଭକ୍ତବୃନ୍ଦ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ପ୍ରେମ ସମ୍ଭାଷଣ କରି ବିଦାୟ ନେଇଥିଲେ। ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ମହାରାଜଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟାହ୍ନ ଭୋଗ ନିବେଦନ କରାଯାଇ ବିଶ୍ରାମ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା। ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ସମସ୍ତ ଭକ୍ତବୃନ୍ଦ ପ୍ରଶାନ୍ତ ସେବନ କରିଥିଲେ। ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଚରଣାଶ୍ରିତ ଆହ୍ନେ ତ୍ରିନାଥ ଭାଇ ଓ ଶିବାନୀ ଦ୍ୱିବେଦୀ ଜୟଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟଗୁରୁ। ଗଲା ତ ଏକ୍ଜାକ୍ଟଲି କୋଉଠି ଥିଲା ଆମର ତ ମନେ ପଡୁନି। ମୁଁ ତ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଶୁକ୍ର ଆରମ୍ଭ କରୁଛି, ଗରୁଡ ପୁରାଣ ଶୁକ୍ର ଆରମ୍ଭ କରୁଛି।
basically 52 ରୁ there is no ଯୋଉ ଇଏଟା ନାହିଁ କି ଶ୍ଲୋକଟା ପଢି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ତାପରେ there is no consideration of rich and poor in this.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ଜୟଗୁରୁ। ପ୍ରେମିକ ଗୁରୁ, eligibility for devotion. There is no consideration of rich and poor in devotion. Rather, rich man's intense passion for external objects does not allow firm anchorage to any other attachment. The poor centralizes all attachment to divinity and attains Uttama Bhakti. God is the companion of the destitute. The fact that God is the companion of the destitute is evident from his names, Dinabandhu and Kandala Sharana, etc. It is that God will not be kind to someone. Is it that God will not be kind to someone because he does not have wealth and property? Lack of wealth never obstructs the attainment of divinity. Especially, what is the use of our boasting in offering his objects to him? Therefore, what is the need of wealth for a devotee? You surrender completely your heart and mind at the lotus feet of God, the Chinmaya Chintamani, and pray earnestly with utmost love and humility. Ratnakara tava gruham gruhim chapatma jayam kim asti bhavate purushottamaya abhira dama nayana shrutamanasaya dattang mano jadupate tvam idam gruhana. O Jadupati, your residence is the sea, the house of all gems and treasure. Your spouse is Kamala, the goddess of all wealth. You are Purushottama, the supreme divinity, divine entity. Hence, what do I have to offer to you? What do I have to offer you? I have only heard that the beautiful milkmaids with captivating sweet glance and exuberant love have stolen your heart and mind. Therefore, you lack mind only. Hence, I offer my mind to you. O the dearest of gopis, you only yield to love. Kindly accept this small offering. A rich man can never gain the grace of God unless he expresses such humility and possesses the mindset of a beggar for his compassion. Lord Krishna rejected the delicious royal food offerings of Duryodhana, but released like nectar the simple food khuda, affectionately served by Vidura. One can attain devotion even though one does not have behavioral education and wisdom. However, it goes without saying that true knowledge supports devotion. Nevertheless, it cannot be said that an illiterate person cannot acquire devotion. On the other hand, several so-called scholars by study of scriptures desiccate their heart so much that such dry and stony heart does not have any scope for sprouting of devotion. Does anyone need any intelligence and education to address one's father, mother, husband, and children? The moment devotion lands on a devotee, the storehouse of knowledge opens up in him of its own accord. Devotion does not also wait for age. It is entirely erroneous to think that all but the adults and old men are not eligible for devotion. Rather, one should take care to attain devotion right from childhood. There is an incredible possibility of sprouting of devotion instantly if its seeds are sown on the tender heart of a child. It is highly misleading to believe that one living a diabolic life from childhood can offer divine service at the fag end of life during the residual body, mind, and spirit of a Satan. Prahlada, the supreme devotee, has said, Kaumara achoret jagyo dharman bhagavata niha durlabam manusam janma tat api adhrubam arthadam Srimad Bhagavata. One should emulate religious life right from very childhood. What is the longevity of life? The human birth is very dear. Moreover, fruitful life is very uncertain. If one resorts to the irreligious activities for the entire life, but he fidgets out of fear for death in the old age, he cannot find time to practice devotion. Especially, acquiring wealth and wisdom without devotion will merely augment chicanery and hypocrisy. Hence, There is no requirement of any caste, family, age, wealth and education, etc. for attainment of devotion. The occupation of Dharma Vyadha, the age of Dhruva, the wisdom of Gaja, the elephant, the wealth of Sudama, the family background of Vidura, the power of Ugrasena, the appearance of Puja were far from attracting common people. Rather, they were objects of sheer neglect. Nevertheless, the divine grace ushered in, and they became prodigies of devotion. God, so fond of devotion, is only contented with devotion of a devotee. God, so fond of devotion, is only contented with the devotion of a devotee. He cares little for any other merit or quality. Nasti tesu jati vidya rupa kula kriya adi bhedah, Narada Bhakti Sutra. Therefore, there is no discrimination in devotion or among devotees on the basis of caste, qualification, appearance, family, wealth, and action. He who sincerely longs for him with simple faith indeed finds him. Very austere sadhana also suffers from headlong defeat before him. So, it goes without saying that householders as well as sannyasis, all people, including children, ladies, old men, and the scholar and the illiterate, the rich and the poor, the lovely and the ugly, Brahmins and Sudras, on the whole, people of all sections are eligible for devotion. However, the devotees belonging to Marjada Marga attain fourfold salvation in the mature stage, and according to their thought, some of them attain Sukhaishwarya Paragati, that is moving on the path associated with happiness and opulence, and others attain Premasevat Paragati, moving on the path associated with love and service. But the devotees of Pushti Marga attain Shuddha Prema Sevadhika in the mature stage. Three types of devotees mentioned in the Gita, such as Artha, Artharthi, and Jigyansu, are eligible for Marjada Marga. Only Jnani is eligible for Pushti Marga. Hence, Jnani is the best among devotees. It is because a Jnani Bhakta appropriately realizes the self of God. Although Bhagavan is basically invisible and inseparable by time and space, but he assumes separate and visible form as per the will of the devotees. Being Param Brahma entirely, he manifests himself as Shyamasundara and in the form as described by a devotee. He is Atma Rama and Apta Kama, but he becomes Anatma Rama and Anatma Kama and Anapta Kama by yielding to the love of devotees. Again, by the way, se jo taku karchanti Atma Ramar meaning ta karchanti, he who always remains wedded to Atma, is not quite appropriate. Anyway, but he becomes Anatma Rama and Anapta Kama again, Anapta Kama by yielding to the love of devotees. Again, although infinite, he becomes finite. More so, he becomes Swarat, although he is Virat. The Jnani devotees are well aware of this fact. The devotees devoid of Jnana can never comprehend it. Therefore, the Westerners as well as many Indians with mind derailed by Western education ridicule the Hindus as superstitious, idolatrous, and worshipper of inanimate things. But according to Lord Sri Krishna, there are no better devotees than them. To the sadhakas of Pushti Marga, so the sadhakas of Pushti Marga are the best among devotees. Therefore, they are only Uttama Adhikaris. Bhai, next, the ways to devotion. The ways to devotion. When one accomplishes purification of mind through depletion of attributes by karma, yoga, and realizes by Jnana ego, that Bhagavan is the substratum of creation and be all and end all of everybody. How can devotion remain without occupying the heart of him? But by following dry jnana and arid karma, the heart of some sadhakas becomes so stony and harsh that the tenderness of devotion does not find any place in their heart. Those who ascend jnana yoga, adopting karma as the means of purification of mind and moving a step further embrace bhakti yoga, are indeed accomplished sadhakas by acquiring devotion. Visuddha bhakti cannot be attained by any other means except by the grace of God or that of another devotee. Just as filial love is not awakened without the birth of a son, similarly, devotion cannot be transmitted without the company of a devotee or God. It is mentioned, Mahat Krupa, Eva, Bhagavat Krupa Lesat Ba, Narada Bhakti Sutra. Devotion blossoms and manifests at the slightest grace of God of all great men. The grace of devotee is also treated as the grace of God. The brutes like Jagai and Madhai were instantly transformed to great devotees by the grace of Sriman Mahaprabhu Gauranga Deva. But the timing and cause of divine grace are unknown to intelligence. Therefore, the architects of the scripture have also prescribed sadhana for attainment of devotion. That sadhana is nothing else. Bhakti ushers in by relinquishing things hostile to devotion and accepting matters congenial to it. Such endeavor ensures growth of devotion because devotion is the natural property of man. The deficiency of devotion is felt only because it is clouded by gunas of Maya. Devotion manifests the moment the hostile gunas are eliminated through sadhana. The first step to acquire devotion primarily consists of Chitta Suddhi, Sadhu Sangha, and Nama Sankirtan. It is afterwards enriched by other sadhanas. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. We'll try to go to 740 and finish our discussion. Our discussion ପାଇଁ किछटा note ନେଇଥିଲି. So I have sent 2 pages to our WhatsApp group. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଦେଖିପାରିବେ. ଆଜି ଆମେ ପଢିଲେ ଭକ୍ତି ବିଷୟକ ଅଧିକାରୀ ଚାପ୍ଟରଟା ସରିଲା. ତାଥିରେ ଦିଟା ନୂଆ ୱାର୍ଡ ଠାକୁର ୟୁଜ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି. ନୂଆ ୱାର୍ଡ ମାନେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆମେ ଶୁଣି ନଥିଲେ. ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା ମାର୍ଗ ଓ ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗ. ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା ମାର୍ଗଟା ଏସେନ୍ସିଆଲି ବୈଧି ମାର୍ଗ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମେ ପଢି ଆସୁଛେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ. ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗଟା ହେଲା ରାଗ ମାର୍ଗ. ଆଉ ପୂର୍ବଥର ପଢିଥିଲେ ଯେ ଜଣେ ବୈଧି ମାର୍ଗରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ନଟ୍ ନେସେସରିଲି ଦୋଲ ଗୋ ଟୁ ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗ, କିନ୍ତୁ ବୈଧି ମାର୍ଗର ଚରମ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗ ଭଳିଆ ଅବସ୍ଥା ତାଙ୍କର ଆସିବ. ବିଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଆସିନି ଆଜି ଟିକେ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ କରୁଥିଲୁ ଆ ପୂର୍ବରୁ. ସେଟା ହେଲା କ'ଣ, ପ୍ରାଥମିକ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ବୈଧି ମାର୍ଗରେ ଆପଣ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସମସ୍ତେ ବୈଧି ମାର୍ଗରେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ନିୟମ କାନୁନ ବହୁତ ଅଛି. ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ପ୍ରେମ ଭକ୍ତିଟା ବଢି ବଢିକା ଯିବ, ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଟିକେ ଶିଥିଳ ହେଇଯିବ. ଯଦି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେ ଯୋଉ ନିୟମ କାନୁନ ଗୁଡାକ ଯାଉନି, ଶିଥିଳ ହଉନି, ୟୁ ଆର୍ ଗେଟିଂ ଆଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଟୁୱାର୍ଡ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍, ନଟ୍ ଆଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଟୁୱାର୍ଡ ହିମ୍, ତାହେଲେ ଭାବନ୍ତୁ ଯେ ସେ ପ୍ରିଲିମିନାରୀ ଷ୍ଟେଜରୁ ଆପଣ ଉପରକୁ ଯାଇପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି. That is one of the ways to look at it, self-evaluate it and find it. Again, ପରିପକ୍ୱ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା ମାର୍ଗରେ ସୁଖ ଐଶ୍ୱର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଉତ୍ତରାଗତି ହୁଏ. ଖାଲି ଖୁସି ହିଁ ଖୁସି ବୈକୁଣ୍ଠରେ ରହିଲେ. ପ୍ରେମ ସେବୋତ୍ତରାଗତି ଯୋଉଟା ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକ ଯାଇ ପାଳନ କରନ୍ତି. ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା ମାର୍ଗରେ ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକ ଯାଇପାରିବେ, କାରଣ ପ୍ରେମ ସେବୋତ୍ତରାଗତି ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକରେ ହୁଏନି. ଆଉ ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗରେ ରାଗ ମାର୍ଗ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ସେବା ଅଧିକାର, ତାଙ୍କ ସେବା ଛଡା ଆଉ କିଛି ନଥାଏ. They have dedicated their life for seva and they have nothing but they understand who they are. They are ଜ୍ଞାନୀ ମାନେ ସେ ମୁକ୍ତ, ଜୀବନ ଥାଉ ଥାଉ ସେମାନେ ମୁକ୍ତ. ପୁଷ୍ଟି ମାର୍ଗ ଯୋଉମାନେ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ଉପରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ସେବା କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଚାଲିଛି. They are doing something. Their only goal is serving him. ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଶ୍ରେଷ୍ଠ ଭକ୍ତ ଉତ୍ତମ ଅଧିକାରୀ ବୋଲି ଭାଇ ପଢିଲେ. ଆଉ ଏମାନେ ରହିଲେ କନିଷ୍ଠ ଭକ୍ତ ଅଧମାଧିକାରୀ, କେତେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟମାଧିକାରୀ କୁହାଯାଏ, ଡିପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଅନ୍ ତାଙ୍କର what you call it the eligibility. ଆମର ସାଧନା ଧର୍ମ ଏଲିଜିବିଲିଟି ବହୁତ ସ୍ୱୀକାର କରେ, କାହିଁକିନା ହିନ୍ଦୁ ଧର୍ମରେ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର ମାର୍ଗ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଆଗକୁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ. ଭକ୍ତି ମାର୍ଗ ଗୋଟେ ଏମିତିଆ ମାର୍ଗ, ସେ ଭକ୍ତି ମାର୍ଗ ଭିତରେ ଏଭ୍ରି ଏଲିଜିବିଲିଟି level can take shelter. ଆପଣ ଯଦି କିଛି ଜଗାଇ ମଧେଇ କଥା ଆଜି ପଢିଲେ ତାଙ୍କର ପାଖାଣ୍ଡ ବୋଲି ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିଛନ୍ତି ପାଖାଣ୍ଡ ୱାର୍ଡ ତାର ଇଂଲିଶଟା ଗୋଟେ କେମ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଲିଟଲ୍ ବିଟ୍ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସେ ପାଖାଣ୍ଡ ହେଇକିରି ବି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଖାଲି ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ଯାଇ କହିଦେଲେ ତୁମେ ହରିନାମଟି ନିଅ ସେ ହରିନାମଟି ନଉ ନଉ ସେ ଭକ୍ତ ପାଲଟିଗଲେ କାହିଁକିନା ସେ ନାମର ଏତେ ପାୱାର ଅଛି ସେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେ ଡିରେକ୍ସନକୁ ନେଇଯାଏ ତେଣୁ ପାଖାଣ୍ଡ ଜଗାଇ ମଧେଇଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଜ୍ଞାନୀ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆରି ଭିତରେ ରହିପାରିବ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ I want to point your get your attention to last weekରେ ଆମେ କଥା ହେଲା ବେଳେ ଆମର ଭାଇ ଜଣେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କଲେ ଯେ ଆମେ ଏତେ ଗୁଡିଏ କଥା ଜାଣିବା କ'ଣ ଦରକାର ବହି ପଢିବା କ'ଣ ଦରକାର ଏଇ ଟାଇପ୍ର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା ଥିଲା I'm not sure whether I captured his question correct or it's ମୋ ମନର the limitation I have in my mind so ଆଜି ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁଥିଲି so there are probably 1,000 reasons you can give why you are reading this book I listed out about 6 I thought I'll have a 7 but I ran out of time ଯେତିକି ମୁଁ ଯେତିକି ବୁଝିଛି ସେୟା କହୁଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ଭାଇମାନେ ଆର୍ଟ୍ସ ବି କରିପାରନ୍ତି ଭକ୍ତି ହେଉଛି ମୁକ୍ତିର ଏକମାତ୍ର ଉପାୟ ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି କାହିଁକିନା ଭକ୍ତି ଦ୍ୱାରା ହିଁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଲାଭ ହୋଇଥାଏ ଜ୍ଞାନ ନହେଲେ ଯାଇକିରି ତାଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ବୁଝିବ ନିଜ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ବୁଝିବ ତାହା ମୁକ୍ତି ହୁଏ ତେଣୁ ଇଏ ହେଉଛି ବହିଟି ହେଉଛି ଭକ୍ତିର ଏନସାଇକ୍ଲୋପିଡ଼ିଆ ତେଣୁ ଯଦି ଭକ୍ତି ହେଉଛି ମୁକ୍ତିର ଏକମାତ୍ର ଉପାୟ ଏନସାଇକ୍ଲୋପିଡ଼ିଆ ଇଜ୍ ଇନ୍ ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ୟୁ ୟୁ ହାଭ୍ ଟୁ ରିଡ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଦେयर ଇଜ୍ नो ଅଦର ୱେ ତାପରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ହେଲା ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସ୍ୱହସ୍ତ ଲିଖିତ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଏଇ ଗୋଟିଏ ଚାରିଟି ଗୁରୁଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଏଇଟା ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଇବା ଅର୍ଥ ହେଲା ତାଙ୍କ କ୍ରିଏସନ୍ ବି ଭଲ ପାଇବା ଆମେ କହିବା ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଉଛୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଉନି ତାଙ୍କ ଯୋଉ ଚାଲିଚଳନ ଥିଲା ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଆମକୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି କି ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଲେଖା ଥିଲା ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଆମକୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି ତାଙ୍କ ଉପଦେଶ ଆମକୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି ତା ଅର୍ଥ ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଉନି ତେଣୁ ଭଲ ପାଇବା ଅର୍ଥ ହେଲା ଏଇ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରଟିକୁ ଭଲ ପାଇବା ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରଟି ଭଲ ପାଇବା ଅର୍ଥ ପଢିବା ପୂଜା କରିକିରି ଚନ୍ଦନ ତୁଳସୀ ଦେବାଟା ତାର ଭଲ ପାଇବାର କୌଣସି ନିଦର୍ଶନ ନୁହଁ ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର ନିଜେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରେମ ଗୁରୁ ପ୍ରେମ ଭକ୍ତିର ପ୍ରାମାଣିକ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଭାଷାରେ ଏ ପୁସ୍ତକ ଯାହା ଅଛି ସେଇଟା ମୁଁ ଲେଖିବା ଟିକେ ଭୁଲିଗଲା ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ସେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ହିନ୍ଦୁ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରରେ ଏମିତି କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ନାହିଁ ଯାହାକି ମୋର ଏ 4 ବହି ଭିତରେ ନାହିଁ ପ୍ରେମ ଗୁରୁ ହେଉଛି ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦେମ୍ ତେଣୁ ଭକ୍ତି ଭିତରେ ଏମିତି କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ଆପଣ ପାଇବେନି ନାରଦ ଭକ୍ତି ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଆପଣ ଉଜ୍ଜଳ ନୀଳମଣି ଯାହା ପଢନ୍ତୁ ଯାହା ସବୁ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଗୁଡା ଅଛି ସବୁ କନସେପ୍ଟଟାକୁ ବହୁତ ସହଜରେ ସରଳ ଭାବରେ ଅତି ସୂକ୍ଷ୍ମରେ ଠାକୁର ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଲେଖିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ତ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଇଏ ଭକ୍ତି ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଉପରେ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କିଛି ବହି ପଢନ୍ତୁନି ଏ ଗୋଟିଏ ବହି ପଢନ୍ତୁ ତାହେଲେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ହେଲା ଭକ୍ତି ପାଇଁ ବିଶ୍ୱାସଟାର ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି ପୁରା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ନହେଲେ ଭକ୍ତିଟା ଆସେନି ବିଶ୍ୱାସରେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା ତାର ଅଚଳ ଅଟଳ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଟିକେ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱଜ୍ଞାନ ନିତ୍ୟାନ୍ତ ଦରକାର ଏଇଟା ଠାକୁର ନିଜେ କହିଛନ୍ତି କାହିଁକି ନହେଲେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା ଆଜି ଜଣଙ୍କ କଥା ଆପଣ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିଦେଲେ କାଲି ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଆସିଲା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ କଥା କହିଦେଲା ତା କଥା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିଦେଲେ ଆଉ ତାପରେ ଜଣେ ଆଉ ଜଣେ କିଏ ଆସିଲା ସେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ କଥା କହିଦେଲା ହଁ ସେଇଟା ତ ସତ ଲାଗୁଛି ତାକୁ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିଗଲେ ତେଣୁ କୋଉଟା ସତ କେମିତି ଆପଣ ବିବେକ ପ୍ରୟୋଗ କରିକି ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ବିବେକ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ଆପଣ ସେ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱଜ୍ଞାନ ଟିକେ ଦରକାର ସେ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱଜ୍ଞାନର ଏଇଟା ହେଲା ଖଣି ପ୍ରେମ ଭକ୍ତି ପଛରେ ପ୍ରେମ ଭକ୍ତି ପଛରେ ସାଧନ ନିରତ ସେବକ ମାନେ ସାଧନାର ବାଧା ଜନିତ ସାଇନ୍ ଭଲ ଭାବେ ବୁଝିପାରିବେ ସହଜରେ ବାଧା ଅତିକ୍ରମ କରିପାରିବେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ କି ଯୋଉ ସାଧନ ପଛରେ ଆପଣ ଥାଆନ୍ତୁ ତାଥିରେ ବାଧା ଆସେ ପ୍ରେମ ଭକ୍ତିରେ ବି ବାଧା ଆସେ ଯେହେତୁ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ତତ୍ତ୍ୱ ବିଚାର କରିବେନି ପ୍ରେମ ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ବାଧା ଆସିଲା ଆପଣ କେତେବେଳେ ଅପରାଧ ହେଇଥିବ କେତେବେଳେ ତଳିତଳାନ୍ତ ହେଇଯାଇଥିବ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ଯଦି ତତ୍ତ୍ୱ ବିଚାରଟା ଟିକେ ଥିବ ତାହେଲେ ସେଟା ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ସୁବିଧା ହବ ଏଇ ଭକ୍ତିଟା କ'ଣ ସେ ଭକ୍ତିଟା କ'ଣ ମୁଁ ଏଇ ଭାବଟା କାହିଁ ମୋର ଆସିଛି ସେଇ ଭାବଟା କାହିଁ ଆସୁଛି ଆପଣ ନିଜେ ତାକୁ ଇଭାଲୁଏଟ୍ କରି ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ତାପରେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ମୋର ଏଠି ଲେଖିବାର I'm sure others will have many more points and we can add to it ଏଇଟା ତାଙ୍କର ପୁସ୍ତକ ସେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ସଂଘ ପୂଜାରେ ମୋରି କଥା ହିଁ ପଢା ହୁଏ ତେଣୁ ଇଏ ଗୋଟେ ତାଙ୍କର କଥା ତେଣୁ ଆମ ସଂଘ ସେବା ଭିତରେ ଆକୁ ପଢିବାଟା ବି ଗଣା ସମ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ରିଜନ୍ ଭାଇ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ରିଜନ୍ ହେଲା ଆମର ଭାଇ ଜଣେ କୋଟାମୁଣ୍ଡଳର ସନ୍ତୋଷ ଭାଇ ଆମର ଥରେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଥିଲେ ସେ ଜଏନ୍ କଲା ଭିତରେ ଶୁଣିଥିଲେ ପୁରା କ'ଣ ଆମେ ପଢୁଛୁ ଉପଦେଶ ପଢା ହଉଛି ମତେ ଗୋଟେ କମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଇଥିଲେ କହିଲେ ଭାଇ ଆପଣ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱହସ୍ତ ଲିଖିତ ବହିଟା ଟିକେ ପଢି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଅଲଗା ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ଅଛି କାହିଁକିନା ଧରନ୍ତୁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ବାଣୀ ଆମେ କିଏ ଶୁଣିଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁର ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ବେଳେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ଇଣ୍ଟରପ୍ରିଟେସନ ଲେଖା ହେଇଯାଏ କିନ୍ତୁ ଠାକୁର ନିଜେ ଯୋଉଟା ନିଜ ହାତରେ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ତା ଦେହରେ କୌଣସି ଏପଟ ସେପଟ ହବାର ନାହିଁ so try to read that is also another reason I didn't write it but that is something which inspired us to do that. The last chapter भाई पढ़िले आज भक्ति लाभर उपाय एटी गोटे मिनिट 2 मिनिट सारिबा भक्तिटा केमती हम ना जोड़ी जिन देइछन्ति कर्म योग द्वारा गुण क्षय हेले चित्तशुद्धि हम कर्म योग कर्म द्वारा कर्म योगटा कौन ना कर्म कला सहित जोगयुक्त होता कर्मर फल आशा रखु नथिबे सेटा हला कर्म योग सिंपली कहले सेटा कले हमर गुण क्षय केमती हला ना तो कर्मर आशा रखिलेनी तार फल हेलानी फल जदि हेलानी पूर्व जो कर्म गुडा था क्षय हो गला आ तादरे ऐड हेलानी से बैंक बैलेंस बढ़लानी खसी खसी चलला एटा हेले चित्तशुद्धि हो जाए मनटा क्लियर हो जाए आ कन्फ्यूजन आसेनी सेटा गोटे आ गोटे है से कला बेलू चित्तशुद्धि जो हम ज्ञानटा मन भर आस ज्ञान जोग द्वारा जानवे से सबूर करना से ही सब से जिनसा जानला संपूर्ण विश्वास आस ये जोड़े जिन भक्ति हृदय अधिकार कर विशुद्धा भक्ति को डिफाइन कर भक्तर कृपा द्वारा हुए भगवान कृपा द्वारा हुए जोड़े जिन जो श्लोकटी पढ़े नारद भाई तेणु सेटा केमी भक्त कृपा और भगवान कृपा केतबे हम केतबे भक्ति संचार हम तार कौन जानवर चांस आम पाखे ना केतबे हो जानी आखिर हईचुकी कृपा नुआसे केतबे हईचुकी कृपा करदे किंतु जिते आम जानवर कौन उपाय ना तापाई किसी साधना दिखाई से 3टी साधना है चित्तशुद्धि साधु संघ नाम संकीर्तन से 3टी जिन पढ़ा हम तेणु ता विषय किसी डिस्कसन करने दरकार ना कहीं आम पूरा डिटेली पढ़ा चित्तशुद्धिटा कौन साधु संघटा कौन नाम संकीर्तन कौन विषय ठाकुर आउ 3टा चैप्टर आज लिखिं आज ये आम डिस्कसन रखा आ प्रार्थना समिति अच्छी स्मिता बाई माँ गाँ
गुरु नामेर तोरे बे जाए तोरा के जबिया गुरु नामेर तोरे बे जाए तोरा के जबिया प्रेमे गौरा तोरी खानी ढेवर ताले नास्थे जननी प्रेमे गौरा तोरी खानी ढेवर ताले नास्थे जननी ए तोरो निर्नावेक जिनी তিনি ডাকে ভরা কে যাবি আয় গুরু নামের তোরে যায় তোরা কে যাবি আয় বড়ই দয়াল কর্ণধার ডেকে ডেকে করেন যে পার লাগে না করি তাহার যে বাবিকায় তাহার পায় কে যাবি আয় গুরু নামের তোরে বে যায় তোরা কে যাবি আয় তুফান কেন হোক না ভারী ভক্তরে সে কান্দারি থাকবে অটুট নামের তোরে শক্ত ঢেউয়ের ঘায় কে যাবি আয় গুরু নামের তোরে বে যায় তোরা কে যাবি আয় সারি গে উঠু না নাই সব ঢেলে দিলের পায়ে ও তোর হৃদয় খানি উজাড় করে হেরা নিজের গায় কে যাবি আয় গুরু নামের তোরে বে গুরুর নায়ে উঠলে পরে পরাণ তোদের উঠবে ভরে, নাশ করিবে চিরতরে সকল রিক্ততায়। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। ভরা কালে চলছে তোরে ঋষি যুগের পথে ধরে, বাঁকা পথে যায় না সে যে সরল পথে ধায়। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। চলছে তোরে উজান পানে, ভাটায় না সে ভাটায় টানে, চলছে তোরে উজান পানে, ভাটায় না সে ভাটায় টানে, আপন মনে চলছে হেলে দুলে প্রেমের বাই। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। এমন সুযোগ গেলে পরে আসবে না আর কভু ফিরে, এমন সুযোগ গেলে পরে আসবে না আর কভু ফিরে, বসে তখন ভবের কোলে করবি রে হায় হায়। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। পেছন পানের সকল ভুলে নামের নিশান নেড়ে তুলে, পেছন পানের সকল ভুলে নামের নিশান নেড়ে তুলে, জয় গুরু বলে উঠবে গুরুর নাই। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়। প্রেমে গড়া দড়ি খানি ঢেউয়ের তালে নাচছে জানি, প্রেমে গড়া দড়ি খানি ঢেউয়ের তালে নাচছে জানি, এই তরুণীর নাবিক যিনি তিনি রাজেন ভরাই। কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়, গুরু নামের দূরে যায় তোরা, কি যাবি আয়।
জয় গুরু। সংসার পথে পার্ট 1 চ্যাপ্টার 5। virtue of householders continues. O my children, the very day after hearing the epic poetry of Jagat Guru in my ear, I have started judging for the well-being of the whole world. The light of Satya Jiva is already in front of us. By this light, violence, malice, physically, trusty, all will be removed. Pious man, woman will start shouting peace, peace. Their hearts will get burned by the fire of unrest. They will run towards the mirage with their dry throat, with the hope of getting little water. By remembering such future state, I am planning to prepare disciples like you as an idle servant. I hope that my children will consider serving the common man with feeling of Brahmanhood. If there is an opportunity of serving physically, it can be possible because there are now several organizations in India which have taken up act of serving the world physically. In short, it is your duty to earn the qualification to serve the mankind with Brahmya feeling, while avoiding the action that harm others. Dharma is all about helping others as your own capability. So, through money, through one's physical body, or through one's word, without considering friend or enemy, helping everyone is called virtue of serving or serving of the Dharma. Donation is the ultimate service of the householder. So, without expecting the result, donate as much as you can. It is Dharma of the era. By giving up lust, anger, greed, which are the doorway to the hell, the human attain good fortune. Wild living can be achieved by participating self-control, forgiveness, and charity. Human cannot perform virtuous action under the influence of the lust, anger, and greed. So, following self-control, forgiveness, and charity is universal virtue for all happily being. Moderate your sense, give up the greed, and show empathy to all beings. It is sole purpose or the goal of all religion. Whoever is interested in accepting the goal or purpose of religion is to focus on these three aspects. Under these three aspects, the religion, you cannot have the progress in the path of religion if you have greed, lust, and anger. So, those who are virtuous, they preserve against the greed, lust, and anger to always participate self-control, forgiveness, and charity. Self-control, forgiveness, and charity are universal responsibility of human. Those who can control these three attributes, they are true virtues. Self-control means moderating or curbing the sense that is not enjoying all sensory pleasure as purpose of life. Giving up greed, that is not capturing everything for the oneself of forgiveness. Giving others without violent instinct and with sympathy is called charity. By this, you can calm your anger. Insult, self-control, forgiveness, and charity are exclusive virtues of this era. Tapodharmi kruta yuge, jnana tritaya yuge samrutam, japara sudha rutam tukta, palaya danana dayadana. Yeah.
Jai Guru. It's our question and answer portion of our program. The आज पढ़ाई के विषय रे अन्य कौन सी विषय यदि काय किसी क्वेश्चन है प्लीज स्क्रीन करना. I know we have low attendance today, and next week probably going to be even lower. But if you guys don't have any questions, we can discuss on our own.
भगवान कृपा कले सेमती कौन अच्छी जे भगवान क्या कृपा करेंगे से कौन किसी पूर्व ये दरकार कारण केते तो सेमती जगह मध्य भाया थे किंतु महाप्रभु कहीं जन कृपा कले
से कथा तो आज भी पढ़िले से तो कृपा कले ही आम भर भक्ति संचार हम कृपा न कले आम भर भक्ति संचार हम आम निजे साधना करी दिन राति नाक पानी पुरे चक गाड़ी पकईकि आंठू गाड़ी बसी ये करी किसी सब कराई आदेश देना पालन करते कृपा आकर्षण करने कृपा केत हम से इच्छा हम से आज कहले कृपा केत आम जानी कृपा तो हम निश्चय हम कृपा करेंगे आम पाखे जाकि चिरदिन आश्रय पाइबा यहाँ हम तार कौन सन्देह ना विश्वास से कथा विश्वास करवा दरकार निश्चय हम कि हम आम जानी जगाई माधे जल्दी हो गला नाम नौ नौ तादर विभोर हो गले भक्त काटी गले आम सेमती नाम नहीं चलवा आज से कथा पढ़ले तार जेहेतु आम जाने केत भक्ति संचार हम कृपार साधना ठाकुर आसते निश्चय से गोटे कृपा कृपा ना आसपारे आउ टे भल भाव जाना पाखक आसने आगे बसा भी नुह भल भाव जाना से जापर साधना चली बंद से जो अल्टीमेट कृपा प्रेम भक्तिर अधिकारी हवा से कृपाटा भी से द्वारा ही हम कि हम आम जानी से प्रेम गुरु ठाकुर लिखिले तीन साधना कथा बर्तमान कहते चित्तशुद्धि साधु संग तीन विषय आम डिस्कसन तो करवा नेक्स्ट विस्तृत ठाकुर बुझे जिन गुड़ा कौन कथा हूँ सी जो आदेशटा देती आदेशटा आम यथार्थ पालन कर आगे बढ़िया चेष्टा करवा करू करू के धरकी कृपा चलो आ दिन चलती चलती आप निजे फिल कर उन्नति होती निजी सेल्फ इभालुएट करती क्या कहवा दरकार नहीं जस्ट इभालुएट योरसेल्फ ठाकुर भक्ति आसनी ठाकुर भक्ति माने डोंट लिमिट टू वन पर्टिकुलर विग्रह और मल्टीपल विग्रह लोक मान द्वारा आप एक्चुअली इभालुएट करेंगे कहीं कौन भक्ति आप जापर जो लोक मैंने अच्छा सब मास लोक आप प्राण कांची पिला निश्चय कांची कहीं आम से ममता नहीं आम जन्म होते बाहर जब आम धीरे 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 जो आम परिधिटा अच्छी सर्कमफरेन्स बढ़ी 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 चलवा जिते लोक आम सांगे मिशुं प्रति से भावटा रहा दरकार कौन दुख है सुख है दिन दुखी हवा सुखी हवा क्या मन दुख इत्यादि जो भाव गुड़ा अच्छी से गुड़ा धीरे धीरे आसूसी क्या प्रति राग आसुनी क्या प्रति क्या निंदा करने इच्छा होनी इत्यादि हूँ जानते ठाकुर पाखु धीरे धीरे जाते ये जो बढ़ी बढ़ी जाते केत सी अल्टीमेट जिनसा आमर सन्यासी शिष्य मैंने केत जन धरिकी बसले कहले तुम्हें आमको करदौन कृपा सागे सागे कहीं एत कष्ट कहीं दौच से कहले ना सेमती कले लीलाटा चलो लीलाटा चलता जो समय हम सेमती हुए थाए दिन अजामेल पूर्व जन्म था रवितापुर से खराब कम गुड़ा कर एनी अदर क्वेश्चन गोटे मिनिट अच्छी
जयवीर भाई आमर जो संसार पथर लास्ट पैराग्राफ तलू थर्ड लाइन towards the end giving of greed that is not capturing everything for oneself is forgiveness doesn't sound right I don't know कौन तार
नहीं लगुनि तार बईटा आनी ये करदेले
हाँ बेसिकली आमर जो तीनोटी द ठाकुर लिखिले तीनोटी द काम क्रोध लोभ तार कौन कले काम जीव कौन कले क्रोध जीव कौन लोभ जीव तो यहाँ क्रोध हवा क्रोधटा को फॉरगिवनेस रे माने दया रे क्रोधरा जीव तेना ग्रीड नहीं मतलब गिविंग ऑफ एंगर की कौन एटा होगा
तो मते ठीक लागिलानी एटा को चैप्टर चलती भाई कहले
तो 5 देखाइथिलो
भाईरा चैप्टर 5 सरस्वती देवा
गृहस्थंकर कर्तव्य पालन ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ତା ପୂର୍ବଟା ତା ଓଡ଼ିଆଟା ହଉଛି ଏଇଆ ଦମ ଅର୍ଥ ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ସଂଯମ ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ କେବଳ ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ପରିତୃପ୍ତିକୁ ଜୀବନର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ବୋଲି ନ ଧରିବା ଲୋଭ ପରିତ୍ୟାଗ କରିବା ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନିଜେ ଗ୍ରାସ କରିବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ନ କରିବାକୁ ଦମ କର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନିଜେ ଗ୍ରାସ ନ କରିବା ଗୋଟେ ଟିକେ ଫନି ୱେରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ପରକୁ ଦାନ କରିବାକୁ ହିଂସା ବୃତ୍ତି ପୋଷଣ ନ କରିବାକୁ ଜୀବ ପ୍ରତି ଦୟା ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶନକୁ ଦାନ କୁହାଯାଏ ଏଥିରେ କ୍ରୋଧ ଶାନ୍ତ ହୁଏ ମୋଟ କଥା ଦମ ଦୟା ଦାନ ହେଉଛି ଜୀବର ଏକମାତ୍ର ଜୀବନ ଏଇଟା ତ ବୁଝି ଯାଉଛି ରାଇଟ୍ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ କଲାବେଳେ ଟିକେ କରେକ୍ଟଲି କ୍ୟାପଚର ହେଇପାରିନି ତାକୁ ଟିକେ ଠିକ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା ତାହେଲେ ଆମର ଜଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି so we should move on to ଆମର young aspirants program ଶ୍ରେୟସୀର ଅଛି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ସଙ୍ଗୀତ
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ଏଇ ଜୀବନେ ଠାକୁର ତୁମେ ଏକାକି ଜର ଏଇ ଜୀବନେ ଠାକୁର ତୁମେ ଏକାକି ଜର ତୁମେ ମୋ ଆଶା ସାହା ଭରସା ଦୟା ସାଗର ଏଇ तुमरी पासे मन मोहर थाऊ धन्य जीवन संग पयर ऐ जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एका निजर तुम्हें मो आशा साहा भरसा दया सागर ऐ जीवने ठाकुर तुम्हें एका निजर। जय गुरु।
Joy Guru. Joy Guru, young aspirants, this is Boroda Bhai. Let me take your attendance. Okay, Aditi is absent. Adyasa?
भाई जय गुरु भाई आद्यासा दिव्य मसी जॉइन करताना अरे
Okay, man. Joy Guru, Joy Guru.
जय
Aisi?
जय गुरु।
Joy Guru. Anhik?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Ons is going to be absent today. Anshul?
भाई से आपसे
Okay.
गाड़ी करना जल्दी
Ornav is absent. Yeah. So, Aaron?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Arush?
Jai Guru Bhai.
Joy Guru. Aryan?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Jemu is absent. Gyan? Gyan? Looks like Gyan is absent. Devangi?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. And Divyam is absent. Divyam absent. Timmy? Timmy? Looks like Timmy is absent. Ibha?
भाई जय गुरु से आपसे
Oh, ma. Joy Guru. Jagrat?
Thank you.
Joy Guru. Noitik?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Pratyusha?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Pratyush?
भाई जय गुरु आप प्रत्यक्ष जी बस करने पे जा रहे हैं।
Oh, bhai. Joy Guru. Pratyush Saraswat?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Sarthak Junior? Sarthak Junior? Looks like absent. Bhakti?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Bhakti Bobby?
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Silpi is probably absent. Silpi, I think, is Ani.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Shreyasi.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Jimmy. It looks like both brothers are absent today. Siddharth.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Simran.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Joy Guru. Srija.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Joy Guru. Joy Guru. Suhani, I think, is absent. Yukta.
जय गुरु भाई।
Joy Guru. Okay. We are done with her absent. This is to holiday season. Yes.
Yeah. My name Anshul.
Anshul, yes, you are present. Your dad said you are present, so you are present. So, So this is, yeah, Joy Guru. So this is, end of the year and holiday season. Some of you must be traveling, and that's why attendance is little low, which is understandable. So, today we are going to discuss a very important topic. Last time we just started a little bit, and it's a topic very core to spirituality. All our spiritual endeavor, it's a very core concept, this Guru and God. We'll be discussing that. But before that, this is song, keeping up with our tradition. So we discussed a little bit about this song. Shreyasi sang a beautiful song, which is so appropriate even for today's discussion, which Thakur is the most important thing in our life. Okay. And because Thakur is the Guru, that is why it is the most important. And we'll see from today's discussion how powerful is Guru's role in our spiritual journey. Okay, is the most important role Guru plays. So before I discuss this thing, one of the things we always, if anything in life, we all want happiness. That is a common given thing. Okay. Of course, we are searching that happiness through many ways. But at the bottom line, if you really nail it down, everybody is looking for happiness. Nobody is want to be miserable. Of course, there are psychological patients. They want to be miserable, but if you go underline behind the scene, they actually derive some sort of happiness out of their own misery. Okay, it's a psychological disorder, but deep down they want that actually. They want that suffering, inflicting suffering on themselves. They get some sort of sadistic or whatever type of pleasure, but they get it. So it's at a deep level. People are searching that happiness in many possible ways, even torturing themselves. That is also because they think that's the way. So everybody is looking for happiness. There is no question about it, whether it's a monk who is meditating in a cave in a mountain or somebody who is enjoying his life to the maximum in this material world, wherever it is, everybody is looking for happiness. And that happiness, nobody, it is also two criteria to that happiness. Everybody wants happiness. And also they want that happiness to be uninterrupted. It should not interrupt, because as soon as it interrupts, we complain. People want that, everybody wants that happiness to be continuous, but that's also not enough. They want also it has to always increase, change, increase, and getting different. Because if it is the same happiness, it becomes boring. Okay? If you take a person who has no problem in life, and you just say, you know what, I want to continue your life the way it is. Let's say somebody is in prison, okay, not a rigorous, just general prison. He has food, every day officials give them food, they do a routine work, they go sleep next morning. But why it is considered the biggest punishment? The reason is that is the worst thing. Somebody will rather like to go starve in the street, beg or whatever. They would prefer that over getting a jail term. In jail, nobody has to die because the food is given. It's because it is just one particular life. There is nothing more to it. In fact, most of our society people live in a prison, although they are not in prison. They go to job, they come back, they have a routine life. They go for prayer or whatever if they are religious, if otherwise they go to a party or bar or club and then come back, sleep, next day go to office. They are actually in a prison, although nobody is just restricting them, but they are self-created prison. Okay, most of the people. That's why people want to break that cycle. They get into politics, they go to office, same type of work every day they have to do. and they know it, they are doing it for so many years, it become their second nature, there is nothing challenging there, so they create politics in the office. They have to do some disruption, something, because they want change. Actually, bottom line is their happiness is not increasing, okay? It's stagnant now. So they have to do something. They have to disrupt something. If they cannot find something, they will destroy, break, and all these things. So bottom line is this. We want happiness which is continuous and always increasing. In a spiritual term, there is a terminology used for that. Okay, in Indian spiritual tradition, we use a word. It is called ananda. Okay, to describe that happiness. And that term ananda is a very interesting term actually. It is actually two terms actually. Ananda. Nanda means the thing which is a piece. Nanda means a piece, a portion, or a piece actually. That's exactly the meaning of Nanda. Ananda means it's the exactly opposite. The one which is not broken or divided or not a piece actually. It's a continuum. It's a continuous. Anything that cannot be broken down is called Ananda. That very term itself says that Ananda means which cannot be broken down. Okay, which is always continuous. There is no break of it. But if you look at in this material world, all our happiness are broken actually. So let's say you get a very good grade in your class. You become happy. But then next semester or next year, that paper is gone. You are getting another paper. Maybe you are struggling now. So that happiness which you got out of getting a in a class or a good grade in a class is a momentary happiness. Now it is not. It's now another subject you are not enjoying. You are struggling. So what happens is that this type of joy which you are getting is not continuous. It's happening interrupted. It's getting interrupted. Okay. So then you become unhappy, then happy. So in this world, what is happening? The happiness which is coming to us is in bits and pieces. Sometimes happy, then unhappy, some happy, then unhappy. Then we try to say, if I make millions and millions of dollars, maybe my happiness will be continuous. But that may not be the case. You may get millions of dollars, but then afterwards your health may break down. So now you are suffering for something else. Now you start repairing your body and all these things. Then you don't take care of your money, then you become poor also. Or all these things are happening, something else may break down somewhere. So what it happens is in this world, we always see that these happiness are not being continuous. And it is coming bits and pieces, but what we are wanting is uninterrupted, ever-increasing happiness. Everybody. There is no exception, whether it is a meditating monk, or renowned sage searching for God. It's actually a different name, saying that I am searching for God, because if you look at God, God is also, which is God, wholeness, completeness, this means continuous, which is not broken, awareness. These are all synonym terms actually in a deeper level, because they are not fragmented. They are not fragmented. They are not divided. That is continuous. So we are looking for something that, okay, that is everybody, irrespective. There is not a single exception to it. No matter what path somebody is pursuing, he is actually pursuing a spiritual path. No matter what he is doing, he is actually pursuing a spiritual path. He is trying that. He is trying that thing. That is spirituality. But of course, that path is the most suitable for him or not, that's a different thing. That is where the Guru comes. Because there are so many paths, there are so many things. You are trying to get to that uninterrupted, ever-increasing happiness, but how do you get there? What path you should be taking? Whether that is the most optimized path for you or not. So, Guru is actually, Guru is actually, we have always discussed that, Guru is actually one, if you very simply What is God is what you want. You want, of course, this happiness and all we discussed. You want God. Let's say we put all these things in a simple word called God. God means where uninterrupted, ever-increasing, pure joy, happiness, which is not fragmented or anything. Let's say that is our goal. Everybody's goal is that. Okay. And anyone who helps you to get that, who helps you to get there, is called Guru. Okay. Your real aspiration and the one who helps you to get that aspiration is called Guru. Okay. So what happens is this Guru is actually also this God's creation, because everything is God. As we discussed many times, God has become everything. Last time we were telling when Swamiji was asked, do you see God in that tree? He said, I don't see God in that tree. I see God in the form of that tree. Okay, this is extremely critical to understand. Always remember this thing. Do you see God in the tree? If somebody so what happens is you can always say, oh, I see God in the tree, but then that is actually not truth, because whatever you see there, even if you see something, that will be your own mental creation. Actually, it is the tree. It is the tree. God has taken the form of the tree. It's an extremely important thing. Always remember. If this point gets clear, if this simple point gets clear, the all spirituality will reveal out of this understanding. Okay, so when Swamiji was asked, "Do you see God in that tree?" He said, "No, I don't see God in that tree. I see God in the form of that tree." So God has taken all the forms. Okay, trees, plants, animals, humans, sages, seers, even monsters. Everything is God. He has taken that form actually. Even the person who is even bad, a bad guy is. A devil, what we call, is also divine. Okay, so Joseph Campbell, American great spiritual mystic, he used the term. He said, "Devil is nothing but divine feeling ill." It's a very nice way of putting actually. Devil, he said, devil is nothing but a divine feeling ill. That means it is the ill form of the God who is become sick. That's the devil, because it has to be God's creation. There is nothing else out there. Everything is. And God has taken that form. If He has taken the form of the devil, and that means that is where God is playing the role of a sick person. Okay, He is sick there. So, if you look into this perspective, life is a very different, by the way. It's a very different way of looking. So, you are not coming from a very judgmental, righteous, that I am good, He is not good, it's all God. The God is only sick there. That is the part where He is suffering. Okay. So what it needs is actually that person doesn't need actually to be put down, rather he needs help. Okay, that is where society run away from the help, saying that, oh, he's sick, I'm not going to touch him. And then that sick group becomes stronger, and then they become a big problem because they're needing attention. Actually, it's compassion needed there. So that compassion doesn't come if we don't see from this perspective that God has become that. It's a very different way of looking. We discussed that thing, non-judgment, which is extremely important. Let's say it doesn't mean that you are not putting justice to person who is doing wrong. It is that you are not putting the judgment on the person who is doing the wrong. For instance, if somebody is drinking and driving, which is completely illegal, by the way, and people still do it, and he commits accident, of course he needs to be put behind the bar, his license needs to be revoked, or whatever the legal rule of the state, it has to be followed. There is nothing wrong about it, but thinking that, hey, I am a superior person, I don't drink, that person is drinking, he's bad, that's not the right thing. He has to be put into the proper law of things. If somebody is with a gun and shooting people down, of course he has to be contained, even if needed to be killed. But that doesn't put into the form that, okay, I am better, that person is not better. Maybe in his shoes we would be doing much more damage than he is doing. Maybe his conscience is still in that situation even better than what we would have been. So there is no point judging, but if it needs to be stopped, it needs to be stopped. It has to be contained, it has to be contained. What is the right thing according to the law of this thing has to be followed. But having that non-judgmental point is important. It only comes if we think this way, that God has become that. Okay? The reason it is important, this is where this connectivity comes. Let's go together again. So the Guru is actually the God's most compassionate expression. Like he has been expressed as a tree, animal, sage, seers, monsters, devils, whatever he has become, the most compassionate form of God is actually called Guru. What it does, that Guru form, it has only one thing. In the fastest and the most optimized way, how can he take you to that uninterrupted, ever-increasing permanent joy, okay, permanent happiness, you can tell. So that is his whole goal, the most optimized and the best recipe he can create for you, okay. And for that, he has to be somebody who can relate and interact and think, because God in the totality, because he has become everything, you have no clue where to start, what to do actually. Why there was a need of a guru is because of that. Because otherwise, if I say that, you are in the whole universe is God, God has become the whole universe, then there is nothing. You can just do whatever, and there is of course you have everything is God, then so what? But in that scheme of creation, there is also this thing called Guru. Guru is the most compassionate form of God. It has only one and only one job. In a most optimized form, path, it wants to take you to God or to that permanent happiness. Okay? So that God, see that the very definition that what you want, whoever provides that is Guru. So in the beginning, who provides you what you want? Your parents. That's your Guru. That's exactly spiritual tradition says. They are your first Gurus actually. Because whatever you need when you are the most means when you lead when you are a baby, you have no capability of anything. Who provides you whatever you want? Your parents. They are your Guru. But then that Guru changes a little bit. When at a stage comes when you look for inspiration. Okay, you look for inspiration, you look for guidance, you look what I should be doing. Then you look for people whom you and everybody has a different upbringing, different karmic software inside that triggers them to a particular thing. Not everybody wants to be a football player. Somebody wants to be an actor. Somebody wants to be a scientist. Somebody wants to be a politician. Whatever. You have those things, but then you look for inspiration. Who I should look for. Then that is another layer of Guru. Okay. Then in order to achieve that, you also need energy inside, you need guidance, you need practice, you need discipline, you need all sort of things. In order to get into that aspiration, there is also a level of Guru. In spiritual tradition, they are called Acharya Gurus. Acharya Gurus are Gurus who give you those discipline, practice, so that you can proceed in that path to achieve your dream or achieve your aspiration. Okay? But then a stage comes when you go to a next level where what happens is the Guru needs to keep working with you. Okay? Because you start growing in your spiritual journey, and then a time Guru has to work with you. Okay? So that working, okay, the Guru who does with you is actually, there is a term called Sadguru. You probably heard in our Sangha a lot of times, Thakur is the Sadguru. Sadguru actually keeps going with you step after step. He doesn't leave you anymore in the spiritual ladder. When you will all grow up and learn more about it, you will come to know, and that Sadguru is actually your own higher consciousness guiding you towards God all the time. So, there are, in the yogic system, there are what we call the chakras, which are the conscious centers inside our body, which is actually the moment you transcend to a higher state of awareness, Guru goes to the next one. Always it is one step above until it takes you to the high level. So he actually keeps you, it's like a string he's trying to pull. The moment you go up, he's into the next stage. Once you go next, he's in the next stage. It goes step by step, step by step, step by step. It guides you to the higher and higher consciousness always. The Sadguru actually works with you until you finally realize your true self. But the interesting thing is, because he is always one step up, imagine the highest state. Before you go there, he is already there. Okay? Because he is one step above, because he is trying to pull you, he has to be there before you can get the final attention, final realization. So the moment you go to the final, you already see that your Guru has become that. Then you realize that the whole God was actually guiding you to the entire process, being a Guru every step. Ultimately, he took you there. Okay? So imagine like you are a glass of water. Okay? Imagine you are a glass of water. Imagine Guru is like a bucket of water. So he is a little higher. You want to be like him. You want to be a bucket of water. Then he become a, let's say, he become a water well. So you want to become a water well. The moment you become a water well, you found that he has become a pond. So now you want to be pond. Because you are aspiring to be like him. He is guiding you. Hey, look at how I am, and you think that is a better. Once you become pond, you find that he is a lake. Once you find that, okay, I want to become a lake, then he moves to a ocean. The lake is connected to ocean. Now you fall into the ocean, everything is done. So imagine God is like a whole ocean, but the Guru is guiding you, and ultimately he is merged into the ocean. Once he is in the ocean, you see that Guru has become your God. Before you realize that ultimate, Guru will always appear like smaller than God, but at the highest realization, you will see that the same God was actually coming in the form of Guru and guiding you all the way, and he has become God. He has become God, one with God. That is where you make the final jump. This is the spiritual journey. Okay, this is the spiritual journey. So that is why, but there is a little caveat to here. When you are in this world, actually for you, even Guru is more important, because he is the one who is pulling you all the way to the top. Okay, every step he is the way. So in our perspective, where we are, God could be grand, God could be big, all these things, but we have no access to God. But we have access to Guru. And that is the most important thing. Okay? That's why this is the most important thing. So every spiritual tradition, okay, irrespective of, Thakura always used to say this all the time, that there is conflict between religions and all these things, but if there is only one unifying thread among all the religions, that's the Guru, because nobody denies that. Look at any spiritual tradition. Look at one of the most popular spiritual tradition in the world, Christianity. Okay, Jesus is the Guru. Although they don't use the word like we people in India do, but Jesus is the connector. He is the connector between you and the God. Okay, that's why Jesus is so popular, and because he is the one who says that, okay, through me you are getting to the God. In our spiritual tradition in India, that's why Guru is considered in the very highest of the high, because he is the one guides you through your entire spiritual journey until you reach the God. Okay. So, Shreyasi, does it clear your question? Last time you were asking what is the difference between Guru and God. Guru and God difference remains as long as we are in the human form and evolving spiritually. At the highest level, when we realize our true self, Guru and God becomes one. There is no difference between Guru and God. Okay. Yeah.
This is Shreyasi. I have a question.
Sure.
So, Thakura became Guru on Jagat Guru wish. So is God and Jagat Guru same thing?
Yes, God and Jagat Guru. Same. See, you know this terminology. There are so many terminology used in jargons and all these things. I would not, although whatever there is in our spiritual literature is full with all this terminology. I would not like you to spend too much time thinking a lot of what the exact meaning of that term and all these are just for academic exercise. You should not entangle too much. Imagine just God, the God, you can call God also Jagat Guru, same thing. Not don't. There is only two things you need to keep in mind: you and the whole God, or who is the total everything, and the one who is helping you to get there. Only three things: you, God, and Guru. Okay, and this Jagat Guru, you can think of God. Okay, that is not a problem. Any other question from anybody?
Let's wrap up.
Yeah. So our time is up. So today who is our Bhavvinva? Our Bhavvinva is Aaron. Aaron, go ahead with your Bhavvinva. Joy Guru.
Jai Guru. In the last following months, I had a turning point in my life, and that was middle school. Thankfully, I had Chakra on my side to help keep my life in check. Even though I just came back from an ankle injury, I had Chakra on my side to benefit me on having a more stable life. So far, things have been looking good for me in 6th grade, and I hope that will continue for the rest of the year. Now I'm doing pranayama to make sure I always have Chakra on my side all the time. Jai Guru.
शिशिर भाई की आराधना में आपकी जय
गुरु शिशिर भाई कहते धन्यवाद भाई ठाकुर आज भाव विनिमय मुझे चाहूली कि there are moments where whenever I hear these young aspirants, I feel like they are very confident with the way it's my perception that ପିଲାମାନେ ବହୁତ confident feel କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନିଜ ପାଇଁ even ସମସ୍ତେ